6 recap. This morning, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what we did on Sunday. As you know, we're doing a series about drawing near to God, and this weekend we were talking about coming near to God through just experiencing nature, through looking at the natural world and appreciating what God has made for us. Our verse for the weekend, I'm going to read it to you so that you kind of have it in your head. It's Romans 1:20. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that men are without excuse. The key part of that we're thinking about with the kids is just the idea that God's invisible qualities, who God is, can be seen through what he's made. If you're going to take a couple questions home just to work with your child about, that would be a big one, is just what does creation show you about God? Why do the trees tell us something about him? What do they say about him? And, not going through like polymorphism where everything is God, but just explaining that, in the same way that if I make something like a pot, I use the example of like painting my child's room and designing a room for him, that would show something about my love for him and how I think about him and what I want for him. So what does creation show us about who God is? And then a second question that you could work with would be just thinking about the argument that the beauty is inexplicable. It doesn't have an explanation. There's no reason for things to be as beautiful as they are. Even just thinking about color. Why do we see color? Do we really have to see color to live? I mean, not really. From an evolutionary standpoint, beauty in a lot of ways doesn't make sense. And so it's kind of an interesting thing to bring up with your child and just ask them, why are things beautiful? And what does that tell us about God? Why did he bother making it beautiful? It's not functional, but it's beautiful. And why? It's pretty a cool one. And then for the third thing, just get outside. It's still summer. You got a couple weeks left. See if you can take your kids out. Just spend a day and enjoy what God's made. Spend a day and just have them think about why God made it for them, why he cares about them, how they can tell just from being alive in this world outside. And if you want to throw that stewardship element in there, just, do you take care of it? Do you respect it? That would be cool too. Have a great day. I'll see you next week.